Hey there, we're here with Emmy Polvado. Welcome to the show, Emmy.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's awesome.
Emmy, what brings you to CREtech this year?
So this year I am a judge as a part of the RETAs. I'm the chair of the U.S. PropTech Council, and we are the trade association for the PropTech industry in the U.S. So I'm a judge at the RETAs, and which is their award show. And then I'm also hosting a DEI panel. I'm on that as well. And I'm also a PropTech founder. So I've been a longtime real estate investor, and I started my PropTech company before I even started the council. I started my PropTech company. And so I went to the dark side. I went to tech from real estate. And so that's why I'm here at CREtech. It's been fun. It's been a fun event.
Tell us more about your council, PropTech Council.
So the PropTech Council is really to be like an ecosystem for the industry. So we are a group of PropTech companies and startups, real estate companies, investors, lots of PropTech investors are in the council. And then also we have this component with universities. So we're building out partnerships with universities across the US. So for a couple of reasons. One is to commercialize, if there's some sort of tech that a professor develops at a university that could apply to real estate, we'll help license that technology with a PropTech company, and we kind of be the bridge to get that technology so the startups don't have to start from scratch. They can start looking at licensing technology that's already been developed at a university somewhere. That's one reason. The second reason is for student chapters. So we're building out student chapters across the US, and so it's really super cool that we're going to have a lot of students kind of get involved in the real estate and technology industry. So that's why we have the university component, and we're building out more and more resources for startups, like around service providers, like legal teams and marketing teams and accounting teams and HR groups and all these different people to kind of help the startups so they can scale and grow. But that's what the council's all about. Yeah.
How about Facilimax? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that was my little brainchild thought. So I've been a real estate developer for a long time and an owner for a long time. Started a multifamily, but I've been doing that since 2010. And I was really frustrated with like the lack of availability of data about my buildings. And it was like, just seems so it was so fragmented and all over the place. So what we kind of created was, it started trying to answer, no joke, a very simple question of how many work orders have been on the dishwasher in unit 102, right? And nobody could tell me. I mean, that's where it started. I was like, oh, hey, come on, timeout. We got to know if there's, what if there's been 20 work orders on that thing and we should have replaced it 19 work orders ago, right? Like, why don't we know this information? That's where it started. And then we built out a platform to kind of help with that. And then it kind of grew and grew. And now it's a fully interactive digital twin is what it is. So we can map out an existing building, no matter what it is, track everything inside that building. And then we can aggregate data on top of it. So like energy consumption and water consumption and gas consumption, the work orders from the PM system, the IoT device data or the BIM system data, and the supplier data. And we can pull it all together so an owner or a manager can look at it and go, oh, that's what the hell is going on in my buildings, right? Because until you pull it all together, you just don't know. And so that's kind of what we built. And so now we're kind of deploying out in different use cases, and it's been pretty fun. I like it. It's fun.
Next, I want to ask you to pull your crystal ball.
Okay. All right.
And tell us about your vision about 2025 and beyond for multifamily PropTech.
Okay, so multifamily is going to still have a hard road. First half of the year is going to be pretty difficult still. I think everybody's kind of forecasting the multifamily industry to still kind of be in this. We're not going to feel any sort of relief from the inflationary pressures. We're not. And so we're stuck in this quagmire. I think for the first half of the year, everybody's kind of pointing to the second half of the year that we'll get a little bit of relief and things might go back to normal. Well, I don't know. Like my crystal ball broke a long time ago. But what I see as far as PropTech in the multifamily space is this whole theme around digitizing the industry from the tenant experience all the way through the maintenance and operations of the property. Can we centralize? We're taking a really good hard look at how we operate those buildings today And is there a way to do this better? Can we automate things? Can we get rid of things? Can we outsource things? What can we do to optimize that operation, right? But right now, nobody really has a whole lot of money to pay for that. But they will eventually. I think this whole shift to, if we do centralization and people go there, is there a way that we can use technology to you have to facilitate that, right? So I think we get there. I think it's going to be a longer road. I think we'll have this kind of renaissance in PropTech and multifamily like in 2026. And I think we need to solve a lot of problems around integrations. We need to solve a lot of problems around the property management systems wanting to play ball with the new PropTech solutions. I think there's a lot of things that we need to kind of figure out as an industry, but I think it's good things. And I don't think it's whatever we're doing today. I honestly think it's not going to look like that any year. Like it's going to change, and people are going to, from virtual tours to the apps that we use to everything is going to change with the advent of AI for sure. Yeah.
I mean, you're also a podcast host of more than one podcast, right?
Yes.
So tell us about your podcast and the projects that you have, upcoming projects.
Oh, awesome. So yes, I host the PropTech Genius Show, which is folks in the industry. So it's either PropTech startups or founders, or it's real estate companies, or it's anybody kind of in the real estate and PropTech industries. And I'll bring them on the show and we'll just talk about their journey and how they got into what they're doing. And it's just really a conversation. It's really authentic. It's just we just chat. And it's like, you get to peer in and I get to talk to pretty cool people like, Shelly Robinson, who just left RealPage and she's doing her own thing. And some other people, they're just, doing really cool stuff. And you get to geek out and talk with them for about an hour. So that's that show. And then I host every week the Commercial Real Estate Morning News Show, where I'll bring in experts from around the U.S. and actually the world, and we'll talk through the latest in news, and we'll just talk about it. Hey, and it's super insightful even for me because I have somebody in healthcare real estate on, and I have somebody in office space, and I have somebody in the co-working space, and I'll bring somebody from multifamily, and or even data centers and whatever. We'll just bring those experts in and we'll talk through the news stories that are happening in that last week. And it's just super insightful and super fun. So we do that every Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Central, and it posts out to YouTube and on LinkedIn. So yeah.
So, Emmy, how can our audience get in touch with you?
They can find me on LinkedIn. I'm like super active on LinkedIn. So my last name is Polvado. It's Polvado. And I'm associated with the U.S. PropTech Council and my company, Facilimax. I'm pretty easy to find on LinkedIn. Or they can go to our website, theproptechcouncil.com or facilimax.com, and they can get a hold of me. So, yeah, it's great.
Emmy, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.